There we go. Alright, we are back. We did all the repairs. We picked up a nice new mech. I'm pretty excited about. Let's now take a look at the star map and figure out the next place we're going to go. And I think we've already figured that out. We're going to go ahead and come over here. Do the contract here. Depending on what the damage is like, we could also just come up this way and kind of work our way up this conflict zone, heading over to the industrial zone, get ourselves nice and repaired up, and then head down here, do that contract that we've had outstanding that I, for whatever reason, got confused about and didn't do. And then we'll head down this way, see what we can do over there, potentially. And then we'll go from there. For right now, I think this is the obvious choice, unless... yeah, that's further jumps. So let's do this one. What actually, how many days do we need? Not that many. The Stalker's not going to be back in time anyway, so not really a big deal there. So let's just go ahead and jump. Unless we want to try and take a look at Kurgan, or however you pronounce that. It would hurt us a little bit on days, but we'd be able to stop and look. We checked out pilots here. Yeah, we did. Okay. Just want to double check. I don't want to leave any stones unturned, but we could jump over here. It cost us what, 6 days? We did that. It's fine. Let's just go ahead and travel. We picked up a nice mech. Might not be one that's easy for us to use in the near future, but I think we need to start getting money and collecting money up. Because at this point I only have 8 million, and I'm not really in a position to sell a lot. Unless... I have stuff in my inventory to sell. We have this quality 1, but I think I'm going to hold on to that still nonetheless. The LRM-20 I'm selling, no doubt about it. So, sell. Anything else jumping out at me? Not really. Alright. We didn't really make a whole lot of money there. Okay, let's take a look at the contracts. So the main one I'm interested in is this Warzone contract. I tend to like those missions, even though it is technically the more difficult one. It's also the lowest paying one, interesting enough. But oh well. We will be fighting pirates, which is nice, because that won't really hurt relationship with any of the meaningful factions. We're still up only to +3 with the Capellans, which is unfortunate. I say we're at 230, so that's workable. I say we take 2 points in damage coverage. We can only take 4 in salvage shares, so I'll go ahead and take all 4 there. That gets us up to 10. And that leaves us 4 points left over. I can only put 3 into payment. So I guess the final one has to go into damage coverage. So damage coverage is at 523,000 plus. The salvage shares are at 10, as I already mentioned. And total potential payout is 888,000, more or less. Go ahead and accept the contract, and we'll figure out here in a little bit what we're going to all take. Wait, did I not repair? I didn't repair the grasshopper because I'm an idiot. I thought I had, because I had repaired everything else. I think I saved that one for last. You know what? I'm just going to do it in the war zone. I don't give a crap at this point. It's going to cost me money and time. But that was a mistake I guess I had overlooked. Okie dokie. Whoopsie daisies. So that's 31 days. And a lot more money, I'm sure. But I don't want to jump back into an industrial zone just to do this one repair work. I feel really stupid, but... I want to keep going at this point. I don't want to have to go back to that industrial zone. So that was a mistake. I could probably load back up my thing. You know what? Screw it. That's my one mulligan of the day. That didn't happen. I knew there was something I was forgetting. But yeah, I come out of my break and I just forgot about it. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so switch that out. Play 2 medium laser. Repair all. 16 days, that's much better. The money wasn't a huge difference, but We'll get the mech available for this. Considering we didn't really do anything else, I don't feel too bad about doing that. Hopefully the contract details haven't changed too much. I guess this is a test to see how much they do change. There is a black market here, so I should probably look at it. I don't know if there was one before. Nothing really mech-wise I want to pick up. No. 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 Okay. Got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contract. So it's the same difficulty. Yeah, the detail has changed. I think we've seen this before, though. So this actually isn't surprising me, but I have a lot more points slots than I had before. Because now I have 8 slots in Seabill payout, which before I think I only had 3. So we'll put 2 points into damage coverage. We'll put most of the points into salvage coverage, which we now have more allotments for, so I can get up to 16 shares, whereas before we could only get 10. And we either put 1 into payout, or we put 1 into the damage coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the payout. So total potential payout is a lot less than it was before because we are not putting as many points into it. So 654,410. But we get a lot more salvage shares, which in theory could make you more money. Okay. So now let's figure out how we get 230 tons into this thing. We're not going to be able to run both the Warhammer and the Grasshopper. That's just, I mean, very obvious point there, but probably drop down to the Centurion. It's a fairly effective mech for us, so I think it will do well. We still need to drop down 10 tons somewhere. I wouldn't mind dropping myself down. I could take the Shadowhawk. We've seen it's very effective. Let's say I take the Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk, where are you? Grasshopper goes away, but what would we put in its place? Something 60 tons. Or less. Well, we got the quick draw. That's 60 tons. Okay. I mean, this is a possibility. I'm going to switch out the Thunderbolt for the Yagurmech, which is the same weight. Because I want to see if we can get this thing to be somewhat effective. So the quick draw should either be in the back or it should definitely be further back than it is. I'm going to switch the Yagurmech in the quick draw's place. So, okay. So that's our placement here. Let's go through and assign our pilots appropriately. So Freeman is almost maxed out in a lot of things. He just has a couple places here and here that need some leveling up, and then he needs ballistic weapons. So putting him in the Centurion may make sense. Let's see what we can do with the Yagurmech, though. I think we put Hope in there because we want to continue to try and level her up. She's going to be our primarily ballistic weapon pilot because she's got the highest skill level cap in that. Although Thorn isn't that far behind, and he's a better pilot now. Except for she has some better skills across the board elsewhere, like this, which she's maxed out in, actually. Whereas Thorn could use the experience. Also, this guy, in theory, could also be better. So we have to choose. Do we want Hope or do we want Thorn? I'm going to go with Hope. And then Freeman in the Centurion, and then I guess we might as well just use him in the quick draw because, well, he's going to be one of our better pilots and we need to get him experience anyway. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. Looks good. Yeah, okay. Let's ready up. I want to see how the Yagurmech does. See if it can do decently. I'd like to see how it competes with... I know that it's not going to do as well as the Centurion, but I want to see how it competes with the quick draw. I suspect the quick draw will do better, but we'll find out. Okay.
We have friendlies under assault from hostile forces. Link up with them and hold off the enemy advance as long as possible. Be sure not to overextend yourself,
Going the wrong way.
Eventually, you will need to fall back to the evac point.
Alrighty, so a dropship already dropped something off. I suspect the enemy. Now with this mech, we have to close in pretty close. Alright. Like a cicada. A friendly cicada. Okay, we got some helicopters in there. In theory, the Agromech can knock those out. Whether it's going to, I don't know. If I was in that Agromech, I'd already be shooting at them. Come here, you little bastard. Next.
Enemy destroyed. They've detected your presence,
Okay.
Commander.
Helicopter's dead.
I'm seeing multiple tangos on scope.
Ooh, another light mech.
On your current position.
You know what?
Targeting info updated.
Get in there, Agromech. Kill the things you're supposed to be killing.
Target is down. Reactor failure detected.
Oh, shoot. I need to get away from him. Alright. I miss having jump jets when I don't have them, though. I've really gotten used to them with the Grasshopper. It actually is really effective. A lot more effective than you'd think. One of the things I like doing is jumping over my allies so I can get at the enemy.
Tangos appear to be bringing in additional reinforcements.
Alright.
Brace yourselves.
5 of 23 so far. We're doing pretty good. Not a lot of damage on our allies. Cicada and a Locust, so nothing too scary. Alright, gotta get away from the Locust. Uh-oh, he's gonna explode. We're getting a lot of mech explosions, aren't we?
Target eliminated. Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna blow up. Don't stand on it! Ooh, a lot of enemy coming in this time.
Target acquired.
Tango smoked.
Target
Got him.
destroyed.
Ooh. Medium mech coming in right behind him. Got him.
Tango down.
Target acquired. Critical.
See that? It's gone critical.
Alright, get out of there.
Target acquired.
I'm just going after these guys as pretty much as hard as I can.
My scope is lighting up with more targets converging on your position, Commander.
Okay.
Stay frosty.
6 more to go. So we're most of the way through this one. Not a lot of damage on anyone. As a matter of fact, I've probably taken the most damage out of the group.
Commander's target, group up.
I actually don't want that to be the target, but
Target acquired.
switch to that.
Coordinate fire on the commander's target.
Get that. Yeah, good job out, Yagermech.
Mech eliminated.
Target acquired. Destroyed.
He's dead.
Splash target.
That's all the kills we need, Commander. Stay
All right.
as long as you like, but pickup is available
Get outta
at
here.
the extraction site when you're ready.
Mission very successful. The enemy was mostly lighter stuff, so it was fairly easy.
Target acquired.
Now we're starting to get some heavier stuff come in, though, so... not really sure the path I need to take to get to this. Clearly not that.
Target.
Another mech kill for me.
Target acquired.
That's too far out.
Mech tango down.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
The Yagermech's going to be really good at taking out helicopters if it actually focuses on them.
Target acquired.
Alright, I just gotta get out, otherwise this fight will keep going, so... Quick Draw's started to take some serious damage. That cicada's almost
More
dead.
hostiles entering the combat zone's
Okay,
perimeter.
good.
Brace
Let's get
for
out of here.
additional contacts.
Got a little bit of a decent bonus, almost 100,000.
A job well
Alright, there we
done,
go.
Commander. Stand by for pickup.
Hopefully the Quick Draw didn't lose any arms or anything. Looks like he's okay. We'll have to see. But what I'd like to do is I don't want to have to go backwards. I want to keep going forward. So what we're looking for is minimal damage and maybe just switching out what mechs we use too, if we have to. Alright, a lot of mech salvage. Cicadas, spiders, commandos, locusts. Let's go ahead and switch by value. Nothing really too exciting, so I guess we just take what mechs we can. I think it actually makes more sense to take 2 spiders over 1 cicada. Just from the mathematics side of things as far as the value goes. So I'll take both of those. That only leaves me with 2 more shares. Guess I'll go ahead and take the LRM-10. It's starting to get to the point where I need to start selling some of those LRM-10s because I'm probably not going to use that many quality 1 LRM-10s unless I'm really forced to, so we should probably sell a good chunk of them. Okay, total payout was 981,000. We didn't take all that much damage, only 230,000, which we had more than enough insured, and the salvage value is pretty good as well. Let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so comparison-wise, hey, look at that! The Yagermech outperformed the Centurion. I would never have thought that would happen, but it indeed did. 443 versus 392. As a matter of fact, the Yagermech did the most damage out of every mech here that is AI controlled. So, what can you say? In some mission types, this is actually going to be really good, especially when you're facing a lot of helicopters, and again, the AI focuses on those helicopters. This mech is really good. Okay. I feel like it did pretty well. More than you would think. Because if I compared the damage numbers of the Yagermech versus these other two, you wouldn't have expected that kind of performance. But, alright. Let's go ahead and close. Alright, let's see how bad the damage may be. Okay, so my mech, it was just armor. Centurion, same thing. Quick draw. Well, we don't know for sure unless we click on them. Yeah, looks like pretty much across the board, pretty good. So I'm just going to repair them in system. rather than go back to an industrial zone. And then we're going to look to just go on to the next mission type that we think we want to do. So that would probably be really just next system over, which is only 13 days away, but it's another Warzone contract available to us. And then from there, we can go over to Capricorn, which would have a defense contract for us, which would be nice. And then from there, we could go either to Necromo or Andro, or just jump right over into the industrial zone. That might only be 2 jumps away, so probably not a bad idea. All right, so let's see how the repairs look. I suspect that we're not going to get any of these mechs back, which may be a problem. But let's start with this. So 16 days, so that's going to be 3 days more than we have. I took some of the most damage, though, so we might get more mechs back than we suspect. Yeah, we're going to get the Centurion back, which is good. The Quick Draw is probably the other one that's going to take a while to repair, which is neat, it is. And the Yager mech should come back because it took not that much damage. So we'll get those 2 back. We just want to get back the Shadowhawk or the Quick Draw. Now, we do have replacements for both of those mechs, in my opinion, so I think we'll do okay if we just push forward. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the next spot, which is going to be this location for another Warzone contract. And we're just going to do a lot of these contracts, try and get our money build up. So, travel. And then we'll push on to that other place. It also gets us our reputation points. We need to get to 10 before we get another campaign contract. So the more of these we do, the better off we are. Granted, you get very minimal from these normal missions. It's more of the high reward ones where you get a lot. Alright. So let's really quickly check the market. Not really too interested. Go to equipment. All low quality stuff. Okay. So we want the Warzone contract. It's going to be against Insurgency, so yet again we get to improve the status with House Liao without really hurting anybody else. And we're at +4 with them now, so we get an additional point. So we're now up to 11 points. I'll go ahead and put 2 into damage coverage. That's as much as we can. It only allows me 2. I'm going to put the other 7 into salvage shares, which is, again, as much as it'll let me do. So we get up to 16 shares there. And then the other 2 points that we have remaining are going to have to go into CVO payout, which gets us a total potential payout of 769,000 plus. So there we have it. Only 200 tons, though, which is actually going to be easier for us to run. Go ahead and accept this contract. All right. So the Shadowhawk is out, but that's okay. We're probably going to have to downgrade a couple mechs here because we need to go down 30 tons. So let's say I might run the Trebuchet at 50 tons. This is a pretty solid mech. Let me go ahead and do that. Trebuchet. We get 3 medium lasers and 2 SRM6s. Hopefully they make sense. Alternatively, what could we run? Well, I could run the Centurion if I wanted to. Very same armor there. So we're 25 tons over. We'll downgrade the Yager mech to the Phoenix Hawk. So that'll give us 20 tons back. And then the last thing we're going to need to do is just need 5 tons down. So a 55-ton mech would work here. So something like the Kintaro would do well here, I think. Now, I could run the Kintaro if I wanted to. But I think I'd rather have the AI run that. Okay. Now, our pilots definitely need to change up, though. So let me get the appropriate pilots in here. So Captain Hope for sure needs to go away. Who else do we have here? This is a good time to develop pilots as well. So I might put Captain Lester in one of these mechs just to do it. In that case, or Portillo would be another one that would be a good idea. I think we put either Boyce or Katz. Katz almost has a ballistic skill up, and Boyce is almost leveled up in a lot of things, so Katz would probably... Oh, no, wait, we were going to do Lester, weren't we? Yeah, it'd be between Lester and Katz here. I think we're going to put Lester in the Phoenix Hawk because his missile skill isn't really going to cost us too much, but he'll be able to level up both ballistic and energy weapons, something we really want him to level up. So, yeah, we'll go with that. And then the Kintaro, I think I'm going to go ahead and put... probably Katz in, because he's got pretty good missiles skill, which is what we're going to really need in that mech. And he can level up some other things while he's at it. I don't know if it makes sense to keep him in it, other than he's got really good heat efficiency. Alternatively, we put somebody like Captain Thorne, who desperately needs experience. Yeah, I'm going to lean towards that. Because, like, Lester and Thorne are the furthest behind, but they have pretty good caps. So I'm going to go with Thorne here. Try and get his abilities up. Because he's weakest in energy weapon and missiles. Both things he's going to level up in the Kintaro. And then, I don't know if it makes sense we keep using Freeman here, because Freeman's getting very close to his cap. Let's get somebody else in there. This is probably a good time to use this mech, and it would get him ballistic skill up, which is something we're very close to doing. So, yeah, there we go. This is going to be our loadout. This is mostly a developmental thing. We're going to be using pilots that are a little less experienced, but have good caps, so that maybe we can get them further along. Okay, let's ready up. I've never run this trebuchet before, so I have no idea how this is going to go. But it should be decent enough, and I think I set up the weapon groups that made in a way that made sense.
Enemy forces will inevitably overrun this area, but we have been tasked
with
holding them back for as long as possible. We have substantial combat bonus opportunities the longer you can hold them off, but be sure not to overextend yourself.
I forget how to... Ah, there we go. That's backspace, backspace. Alright. I probably would switch those two around. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. There's the weapon groups a little bit more how I'd like them. Alright, where are we? Where do we need to go? For that way. This is a war zone contract, so just kill people. Okie dokie. So we'll have to see how this does. In theory, it has the same amount of armor as a Centurion, but it's going to be a lot more about close-range brawling, which is something I kind of like to do. Haven't had a lot of opportunities to use SRM-6s, so this will give us some experience with that. Otherwise, your typical energy weapon loadout.
Your presence, Commander. I'm seeing multiple tangos on scope, converging on your current position.
Alright, so we got a spider and some vehicles. Right now the spider is closer, so... totally whiff that shot. Alright, I'm gonna go kill these vehicles.
Acquired.
Let's just guess on that shot.
Target destroyed.
Guess again.
Deployed on target.
Target acquired. Target
Got him.
destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay, killed him.
Target acquired.
Go, 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 go. Guessing on that shot. You have to lead quite a lot with these SRMs when you're at long ranges,
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the
which can be
surrounding
difficult if they change directions a lot.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Clear that splash target. It's about to go critical.
Led that one a little too much.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right, let's get back onto the mechs.
Not successful. Target marked.
Target destroyed.
Goodbye.
Target acquired.
Okay. I kind of like this mech with its setup. Oh, whiff that shot. Yeah, he juked me.
Enemy mech
Got him.
forces spotted operating in the area.
All right, how we doing?
Watch out for them.
12 more enemies.
Target acquired.
Oh, that urban mech needs to die quickly, so... I'm gonna try and make a beeline for it.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Enemy mech down.
I'm gonna try and go for its arm if I can. Got it. Now it's a simple task of just killing it.
Watch it now. My last kill's about to explode.
Okay. Backing off of it.
Target eliminated.
Okay, we got ourselves another urban mech. Keep going after that arm. Alright, clipped it off. Get ourselves a little bit of distance.
More enemies inbound. They really are gunning for you, Commander.
Okay,
Watch
another
out.
urban mech. Jeez. Really like using those things on me. Another urban mech. Those things hurt when they hit you. Okay, we got the arm. Now we're going to switch to the other one. Where did it go?
New target.
Target is down.
Okay, its arm's gone. A lot of its threat just left.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, that guy's dead.
Marks that tag with a knock.
I'm whiffing the shots.
Good kill, Commander. That mech is going critical.
Okay.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay, another one down. Now the urban mechs, which are... Oh, that guy's gonna blow. Just gonna stay back a little bit until that explosion happens.
Target
Enemy mech eliminated.
Okay.
acquired.
Knock deployed on target.
Target
Great work, Commander.
Okay.
We've satisfied our contract.
Let's get outta here.
Narrow window to evac if you're ready.
How's our ammo doing? 262, so we still have plenty. Phoenix Hawk looks okay. Centurion looks okay. It may have lost its AC-10. I mean, it's taken a decent amount of damage, which is one of the reasons why I'm just getting out of here. I'd say, all in all, this mission was fairly successful. Trebuchet did really well. I'm a big fan of this mech, and the loadout that we have for it did very well.
A job well done,
Okay.
Commander. Stand by for pickup.
Nice and easy. So as long as the Centurion didn't take too much damage, that we came out of that pretty clean. Okay, continue. Let's take a look at what we got. Nothing too exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take one of the cicadas as one of the things we take. And then I guess we'll take that, that, and that. Okay, there we have it. The total payout was a little over $1 million. Damage taken was a little under our damage coverage, 310,000. So we have that covered. All right, continue. Centurion, it did take internal structure damage, but it in theory didn't lose the arm. So the arm may or may not be there. It may or may not have taken damage. I don't really know. Captain Shen here was able to get a level up in ballistic weapons, which was what we were looking to do there. And other than that, it doesn't look like really anyone else leveled up other than just getting a little bit of experience in there. That's all right. At least they get a little bit of development moved along. As far as effectiveness goes, Kintaro a little bit underperformed in my opinion, although it did have the second highest damage. In theory, it should outperform all of these other mechs here, but it is what it is. Centurion did its typical good self, but it also took a lot of damage, as it typically does. And the Phoenix Hawk did generally well for what it is. It doesn't necessarily have the highest damage output, so I think it did just fine for this. So yeah, I'd say overall pretty decent performance for most of our mechs. Okie dokie, let's see how the Centurion's looking. Doesn't look like it lost anything, so we're good there. Everything else seems okay. So we'll do just pretty much what we've always been doing. Unless, of course, we're really close to Industrial Zone, which I don't think we are. We're just going to repair and keep moving. And whatever happens, we know we're probably going to be able to field something. So let me go ahead and do those repairs. So repair... Only 12 days, so we'll get that back no matter what. This is taking 18 days. I think our next jump is 20 days away, though, so I think we're good to go no matter what. Okay. Let's now take a look at the market real quick, just to make sure nothing exciting happened there. No, not really. Okay. Let's move on. So I think Truth is the next place I want to go to, unless we just jump over to Capricorn, which would actually get us closer to our objective. So yeah, let's jump over to Capricorn, as it is a defense contract, which is a nice one for us. I don't really care who it's for, because at this point we've actually moved along quite nicely with the Capellans. So yeah, let's go ahead and travel here. Only 20 days, but we will we'll get all our mechs back before then, because I think the longest repair was 18. So that's perfect. I wonder what year it is. A lot of time has passed in the interim here. 3022. I'm trying to remember, what year do you start in? Is it 3015? Like June or July of 3015, I think is what you start. So we've been in this 7 years. All right. Let's very quickly take a look at the markets. So, Yagra mech. No, not going to take that. We already have one. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contracts. Kind of low difficulty. Also a 200-ton drop. I might just do the same lance we already have. It seemed like it was pretty effective. Let's get our points invested here. So we get 11 points yet again. I only get 2 damage coverage, so I'm taking both points. I only get 3 salvage shares, so I'll take that up to 8 shares total. And then it looks like the last 6 points have to go into payout, so we're going to get 1.27 for our total potential payout. Let's go ahead and accept this contract. And then, yeah, it's really just up to me. Do I run with this lance loadout or not? What we could do is I could put myself into the Shadowhawk again, now that it's repaired. And then downgrade the Kintaro to the Trebuchet. And then probably just switch where that mech is. Oops. So I'll put the Trebuchet here. Where's the Trebuchet? Other ones that we have, and there it is. Okay. Do we just switch pilots? So Captain Shen just leveled up ballistic skills, so it's not like likely we're going to level anything up in that regard again. Probably Captain Katz is a better one to put in here instead of Shen. And we're going to want to put him in the Centurion. And then we could put Thorn in the Trebuchet. Because Thorn will get levels in both energy weapons and missile weapons, something we definitely want him to level up. Because he's at 2s of both things, but has a lot more cap for that. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And then we'll just keep Lester in the Phoenix Hawk, which will get him levels in ballistics and energy weapons. Okay. I think I'm happy with this, so let's ready up. I'm way behind on ballistic weapons, mostly because I just don't use them all that often. I use primarily energy weapons and missile weapons, but just tend to favor those those systems. Also, it's kind of just luck of the draw on what mechs we've been getting. I just haven't had very many opportunities to get strong ballistic weapon mechs. Then again, how many strong ballistic weapon mechs are there? Not many. Stuff like the Centurion and the Hunchback are kind of rare exceptions, in my opinion.
You don't look like much, don't mind my saying, but hey, as long as you can fight, that's all I care about. Welcome.
Looks like we made it here
Okay,
just
lady.
in time, Commander.
Oh.
Hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander. They're heading your way.
Phoenix Hawk is doing a really good job of being in my way.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Ooh, okay. I see where the other enemies are.
Target acquired.
I'm gonna circle back around here.
Yes, they just blew. Don't let them get any other ones.
Okay.
Target acquired.
I'll try. Right now I'm not in range of anything, so
Enemy destroyed.
I really want to kill that vehicle, but well, that guy died quickly.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, there's a mech over here somewhere.
Target acquired.
There it is.
Target destroyed.
He's dead. Alright. 16 more enemies to go. I have no idea where they are. The base
You
isn't...
must have really kicked over the beehive here, Commander.
Okay.
More hostiles
I see them
inbound.
dropping in right in front of me. Let's close the distance.
Target acquired.
Okay, an Enforcer and a Spider. The Enforcer is going to be the main threat here. I'm a little worried by the fact that I am by myself right now. I'm going to try and go for an arm or something, if I can. It's kind of hard to do that while you're circling with the SRMs, though. I did get the arm nonetheless. Got him. Alright. Turn back around here. Kill this dude.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, how we doing?
Target
Tango down.
Okay, the rest of the enemy are on the other side of the compound, which is unfortunate.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Okay, harasser missile platform up there. I'm probably not in range to actually hit that shot.
Target destroyed.
Dead. Question is, where's the rest of the enemy? Probably they're going to come in soon. I mean, we're not. The base isn't taking damage.
Is lighting up with
Okay.
more targets converging on your
Okay,
position,
Cicada.
Commander. Stay frosty.
One of the most common mechs in this game. Yep, dead.
Target acquired.
Locust and a Javelin. Javelin's a little bit more threatening right now. We'll go after it. Okay.
Target destroyed. Target
Going after
acquired.
the helicopter here. We'll let my allies deal with the Locust. Wow, that thing is way far away. I'm going as fast as I can, Captain.
Target.
Looks like you've got their attention.
Alright.
I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
Tango eliminated.
Target acquired.
The power plant's been crippled. Damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady.
Target acquired.
I didn't lead it good enough.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Helicopter. I gotta get that helicopter, otherwise it will just keep picking at the base while we're dealing with the rest of the stuff. So I'm gonna focus on that.
New target acquired.
Although I'll get some pot shots at this Locust while we're at it.
Enemy mech down.
Yeah. Okay.
Target
Did you do it?
destroyed.
Okay, turn around.
Target acquired.
Got ourselves a Griffin one in. You get nice and close to that, it can't use its weapon systems, especially now that it's already lost its arm. So this thing is just going to stand here and get killed. Let's focus on what the other mech is, because it seems like my allies are taking care of him just fine.
New target
Hello,
acquired.
Trebuchet. Kind of same story here, although it does have medium lasers. Take out those arms, take out most of the medium lasers. Okay, now it's helpless. Let's go for that cockpit.
Mech Tango down.
I'm trying to decapitate it, but my allies aren't really giving me the opportunity.
Target destroyed.
I may have gotten the head, I'm not really sure.
Will be pleased that we have held our ground and saved this facility. Good work, Commander.
Alright. Got it done. Okie dokie. Oh, we only have 8 shares. I could take one of these mechs. Let's just double check we don't have another system that we would want. Looks like a no on that, so we'll go ahead and take whatever spider's worth the most. And then we get 1 share to take something else. I'll go ahead and take an LRM-10 and just sell it. Okay. So total payout is we'll just say 4 million. We're a little bit of rounding up there. We took very little damage there, so damage coverage we didn't end up really needing as nearly as much. We only took 101,000 total damage. The Phoenix Hawk took almost nothing, 4 damage the whole thing. Not very many of the ally mechs here really did that much damage across the board, as I did way more, but yeah, again, not a lot of damage on any of my mechs, so this is probably not going to take much at all to repair. Okay, let's go ahead and close. Anyone level up? Yeah, you got a ballistic weapon skill, so that's good to see, and an energy weapon skill, so, and you're pretty close to getting that. Anyone else? Well, not really, but They're getting there. Okay. I'm almost leveled up in missiles. Okay. Let's get our repairs. Well, actually, let's take a look at the star map and see where we're going to go. Because we may just jump over here, as it's only 20 days away. Yeah, I figured that's the case, and then we'll do our repairs there. Nothing serious, and I expect all of them will get done before we jump down here. But hey, we at least get to knock this quest that I forgot about out of the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and travel. We'll see if there's anything cool. Oh, thank you for the follow, TripCat. Let's see if there's any exciting mechs here. There's at least a rare mech. We might find something cool there. We need something in the, I'd say 75-ton range would be nice. We wouldn't be able to necessarily use it right away, but for the future, it might be good. Oh, it's a quick draw, so I already have one of those. I don't think it's very likely I'm going to take it. But let's go ahead and go through. First, barracks.
Commander, I'll be in the hangar for pre-drop checklists.
None of them are all that exciting, so we'll pass on that. We have ourselves a grasshopper, a quick draw, a rifleman, a victor, and a warhammer. Warhammer 6D. This is clearly not the standard variant. All right, we are going to consult our handy technical readout manual and see if the Warhammer 6D is mentioned. Now, you guys, if you want to look this stuff up yourself, a great resource is sarna.net. It has a lot of this stuff in there too. It's a little harder for me to look at that kind of stuff while I'm playing with you guys, but if you want to look yourself, not all the variants will be in my technical readout book, but they're definitely going to be at sarna.net. So that's why I definitely recommend you take a look there. And it'll have a lot of mechs you never even heard of, too. Let's go ahead and grab the Warhammer. All the way in the back of the book, because the way this book is sorted, they have like what is kind of like your standard mechs in the front. Then you have your Star League era mechs in the next section over. And then at the very end, you have all of the unseen mechs. And these are the mechs that have some legal troubles. If I show you here really quickly on the page. Hard. I don't know if you can see the little artwork there. It just blacked out. The reason is they can't really show the artwork very easily, just as a comparison. That's what the artwork normally looks like. Get a nice big picture. That's a panther right there. So just so you get a comparison, like, yeah, the unseen mechs, they don't really give you, they just give you a silhouette more or less. And that's because of legal battles, because of the original source material. A lot of the original mechs are based off of a few different anime. The big one is Macross, at least for the Warhammer it is. There's a couple other anime sources as well, but that's the big one. And there's been some little legal dispute because of Macross Robotech. It's kind of a mess. I recommend looking into that if you're curious. Okay, so the standard variant is the 6R. This is the 6D. Let's see if it mentions it. Yeah, okay, so the 6D favored in Davian space removes the Holly launcher, which is going to be the SRM-6, and the Magna lasers. What? The small lasers. So this thing doesn't have... It has one small laser. I see two small lasers. It says Magna lasers. Magna lasers are the small lasers. Alright, well, we'll just continue on. In favor of heat sinks and armor. So they may not have done this variant correct. So typically, the Warhammer has... It looks like what they did is they replaced a medium laser. They're supposed to get rid of the small lasers, but they didn't. 6R model introduced, remove the machine guns and the SRM-6 launcher to add an additional... Yeah, that's interesting. It doesn't even mention the machine guns, does it? Removes the Holly launcher, the Magna lasers in favor of heat sinks and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well. Well, apparently, that variant data is not very correct in that technical readout, because well, I don't even know if this is correct. Because it looks like they reduced one of the medium lasers. There should be two, I think. Oh, well. I'm not too keen on this one. We have the standard variant of the Warhammer, but Rifleman may be interesting. We could probably do with another 60-ton mech. Rifleman isn't necessarily a perfect mech, though. It's very hot running. Yeah. But we've seen ballistic weapons tend to be pretty good. I'm trying to think of like what I would do to this thing to make it better. Maybe downgrade the large lasers to medium lasers and then up armor and give it some heat sinks, because it doesn't have really any heat sinks. It's something that really struggles with heat, which is why you don't really want to burden it with too large lasers if you can. That's a potential. I really don't know how good it would be if we did that, and I don't know what I would get rid of. I don't know. I'm really looking for more like a 75-ton mech, honestly. 60 might not be bad, though. Alright, well, in any case, let's go ahead. Take a look at the equipment. I'm going to think about the mechs that we could purchase there. We really don't have a strong case. Got a handful of higher quality SRM-6s. So I do use those, so I'll go ahead and purchase all of the ones I can find here, because I don't have any of that quality level. Let's make sure we're going through this thoroughly. So, ballistic weapons first. Yeah. I mean, unless we want to buy these up to replace anything we lose on the Yagramech if we continue to use that thing. Maybe. I'll buy 2. Okay, energy weapons. Not really too interested here. We have a lot of these quality 2 medium lasers at this point, so I'm not sure I want the 3 that are here. I'll have to think about that one. And then missile systems. Didn't I buy all the SRM-6s? Oh yeah, the quality 3 ones I did. There's some quality 2 ones here too. I'm tempted to buy. Let's just go ahead and buy it. What the hell? No AMS systems. No double heat sinks. We have some single heat sinks. I'll buy a handful of these because we might need them in the future. Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way, what if I took the Rifleman would I get rid of? Maybe the Crab? Crab has probably outlived its usefulness. Because if I'm going to go 50-ton mech, I'd rather go with the Centurion or the Trebuchet. And at this point, that means I have 3 50-ton mechs. So I think we get rid of that. I'm going to miss you, Crab, but I think you're the one we're going to have to get rid of. I'm just going to go ahead and do the put it in this cold storage trick to get my my lasers and stuff back, and then we're going to go through and sell it. I will pick up the Rifleman. I figure why not. It gives us a mech at 60 tons, which is sometimes a mech that we do need as a backup to the quick draw, and it may be pretty effective, so we have to give it a chance, I think. Alright, let's go to the market. And I have a decent number of mechs to sell, so this gives us an opportunity. The Crab's gonna go bye-bye. It did its job pretty well, but again, it's outlived its usefulness, so let's get rid of it. Alright, let's get rid of the rest. So we've got a bunch of spiders and a cicada. Data sell for 1.8. It actually sold for more than the Crab. Probably because it had weapon systems installed. Alright, now for the spiders. There it is. I have a lot of things in the T's and you know, what have you. So alphabetically, not necessarily at the bottom anymore. Pretty much right on it. I don't know why I scrolled down. And finally, the last spider. That's selected on that spider again. Okay. So we're up to 16 million. We have plenty of money. I figure we pick up that rifleman, see how it does. We're more than likely going to use this over the crab anyway, so I'll go ahead and purchase it. It needs a handful of repair work, but I think we can handle it. And it's not that expensive. 3.6 million. I mean, that's pretty good, I'd say, in the grand scheme of things. So I'll pick it up. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at repairs and stuff. So most of our repairs are going to be fairly simple. 1 day. 3 days. This is going to take some time, and it's not going to be available anytime soon, but at least this gets us available, or gets it closer to availability. So let me go ahead and edit the loadout, because we are going to have to do some changes anyway. I'm tempted to change these large lasers into medium lasers. It will give us a lot of tonnage. It will help the heat burden in this mech, and our main emphasis is going to be these AC5s. Now, I don't know if I have very good quality AC5s. I guess I do. I have quality 2 ones. I have a decent number of them. But we can't upgrade this. I only have one of these AC5s, so I think I'm going to save that one until we can get another one. But at least we increase the quality here, so I think that's not going to be bad for us. The quality 2. Quality 2. Only 1 ton of ammo may be a problem, so I may put more tonnage into ammo, as well as moving where the ammo is. But yeah, I think we have to downgrade the large lasers. I think that makes sense. Let's also get rid of the other medium. So we're going to put our quality 2 medium lasers, you know, I guess throughout. Wouldn't necessarily hurt. So we lose a little bit of damage output by getting rid of those large lasers and range capability. But we get a lot of tonnage, and we can really help curb some of the problems that this mech has. You know, I'm actually going to keep that heatsink there, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab another ton of AC5 ammo. I'm going to put it in the leg. That way we don't really have to move stuff around too much. So I definitely need to up armor it. Let's go ahead and hit repair all. So let's just max out the arms, because a lot of the firepower is in the arms, so that definitely needs to be maxed out. Really poor rear armor. Let's get that up to maybe a 12. And then 14. And then the next priority would probably be max out the frontal left and right armor. At least get it to 40. That way they can't just chop right through the left and right torso to ignore the arm. This mech is very vulnerable if it loses either the left or right torso. Okay. We still have a lot of tonnage to work with here. I am worried about the heat efficiency though, so I feel like we should do something about that. So I'd like to maybe have 2 more heat sinks here. And then I'll work towards the armor. I'm going to go ahead and just max it out here. So 44. Let's get this up to at least 40. Oh, we don't have a lot left here, huh? Let's get this up to, I don't know, 50 at the minimum. Not very much in the head. So I'm going to go ahead, up armor that. Let's get that up to 18 minimum. Okay. So 42 in the legs, I think, is respectable. 52 in the center torso. Maybe even 55. Alright, we get one more tick of something. Go up to 56. So we really up armored this thing. The damage put out is not like a ton. Oops. I'm just trying to clean up the look. This. It looks symmetrical. It's gonna bother me. I don't know. I really like this. I think it might be effective. 4 medium lasers is pretty decent firepower. And then the AC5s give it a good long range punch. And I'm still convinced that autocannons are pretty effective in this game compared to other long-range weapons that are out there. So this could be good. I guess we'll have to find out. Yeah, all right. Let's start the work. It's going to take a long time, but I think it may be worth it. And it's another mech that somebody like Hope can use fairly effectively, hopefully.